Hi everyone, this is my 3-week update. I'll start with the numbers because that's usually my favorite part. I am down another 4 pounds this week. That makes a total of 29 pounds since September 12th. So that's basically 30 pounds in less than a month, and that makes me super excited. I'm pretty much losing like a pound a day. I go to sleep and I wake up and another pound's on, so it's been pretty interesting. I started back to work yesterday. It was my first day back, about a week earlier than I had anticipated. The really nice thing was that I went back to work and I was able to wear my old scrubs, which were way too tight on me. So that's a really good feeling. So I've officially retired my big fat scrub. So don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll make a tent. I'm still dealing with a lot of morning shakiness and weakness in the mornings. I wake up and I try to eat within the hour, which is what my nurse had recommended. What's seeming to happen is that I'll eat breakfast and I'll get going and I go to work, and then usually I'm still pretty shaky until I actually eat a snack, and then it's kind of gone away, but it makes it kind of difficult in the morning. So I am, on the advice of my friend who had gastric bypass surgery, I'm going to try a few sips of some orange juice in the morning, maybe water down a little bit, and see if the small amount of sugar helps to regulate my blood sugar, because it just makes me feel nauseous and weak and tired. And so I made the mistake the other day of actually taking a shower and getting ready for work and then eating, and I was just like sweaty, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. So I'm going to try that and see if that helps a little bit. And also maybe try doing my protein shake in the morning instead of actually eating first thing in the morning. So hopefully that will taper off, but a lot of people I've talked to have experienced that, so just got to work with my food and see what works best for me. This week, I'm still on soft foods, still on my soft food diet until the 13th when I go back to see my doctor. I'm actually going to try a couple new things this week, which I already kind of have started doing. I'm supposed to be having baked or broiled fish, tuna or salmon. It's just not feasible for me to do that. So what I actually have started doing was I got the envelope packets of tuna, the dark meat, on a recommendation from my other friend who had gastric bypass. You know who you are. And I put a little dollop of the low-fat mayo, which I can have, little teeny bit of mustard, little teeny bit of relish, and it's been wonders. It's worked wonders for me, because of the high amount of protein, and then, I love tuna. So I also tried chicken lunch meat, like from the deli. So I got, a little bit of chicken lunch meat, and that seems to fill me up pretty quickly. I wonder if it's because it's dry. I don't know, but I usually can have about half a slice of that with a little teeny bit of cheese, and I'm usually good. So, but it's been nice to have a little bit of variation. I'm pretty much sick and done with cottage cheese. Even regular cheese, I'm done. I never thought I'd say that. Refried beans, don't even get me started. So basically I'm, eating my tuna, my cream of wheat, and that's why I'm going to try some new things this week. Also from the recommendation of my friend who had gastric bypass, since I can have mashed potatoes, I'm actually going to try baking a potato, and I'm going to try maybe a little bit of low-fat or fat-free sour cream and a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter or something like that, and, mix it up a little bit. And I won't be able to have a lot, but, it would just something different, because basically when I look in my refrigerator now, I get gaggy. I just don't want to look at anything, and I'm like this, just basically eating because I have to, which, by the way, I still don't feel any hunger. you know, I never feel like I'm hungry. I always have to remind myself or force myself to eat, which is kind of nice. I wish I had that problem before, but, you know, I can usually tell if I'm hungry when I start to get a little bit shaky. So just been kind of forcing myself to eat, like timing it every few hours. Excuse me. So I'm also going to try this week another recommendation from my friend. She, in these beginning stages, was eating quesadillas, and I'm like, how are you eating tortillas? Really? She got the low-fat tortillas, I think, in the soft taco size, and, you know, fold it in half with the shredded cheese. And she said basically she was only able to eat about 2 triangles because you cut it into, you know, 3 pieces. So I'm going to try that and see how that sits with me. I'm trying all those on my day off, so I'm not at work, you know, dumping or anything like that. But that's about it. I just need some variation because, you know, in the beginning when they put me on soft foods, I was excited. I'm like, oh, great, I can have cheese. But now I'm like, I don't want cheese anymore. I want something else. You know, baked potato sounds really good to me right now, so I think I'm going to try a little bit of that and see how it goes. I've also tried some, from Morningstar, they make this soy bacon, which actually I used to eat before my surgery. I love it. And I've been able to eat that. I made 2 strips, which equal about 2 ounces, and they're only about 60 calories, but I just, you know, broke them into pieces and chewed them, and, you know, it was nice because it gives you the flavor of bacon. So another thing I've been doing is instead of eating just scrambled eggs, I did a hard-boiled egg at my friend Liz's house, and I just chopped it up, put a little salt and pepper, a little teeny bit of ketchup on the side, but it was really nice. It's a different texture, something different other than just scrambled eggs. So that was really nice. But basically that's about it at this point. My clothes are continuing to be baggy on me. I'm probably going to have to buy some new underwear pretty soon. So, but one last thing I did want to mention for you people out there that are considering the surgery. It's not a big deal, but it's something that I've talked to a lot of people, and they've all dealt with it, is that because we're not really eating carbs anymore, my body's gone into what's called ketosis, and your breath gets this weird smell. My breath smells like tin or metal or something. It's really odd. And it kind of makes me nauseous because I'm so hypersensitive to smells right now still. So I've gotten some advice from my friends. One of my friends advised me to squeeze lemon juice into my water, which I'm going to try. And another person on my support group website advised me to try some biotin mouthwash, which is alcohol-free. So I think I'm going to try that and see how it goes. And maybe some mints or something, because it's annoying, you know. I just feel, not only is my mouth dry because I don't really produce that much saliva anymore, but it has that weird smell, and it's just kind of dragging me down a little bit. So anyway, I'm sure you've all wanted to hear about my smelly breath, but that's part of it. And I'm not in any pain. I've slept on my stomach a couple of times because I'm usually a stomach sleeper. I can't really sleep on it for long because there's still, when it presses, it's still a little bit of tenderness, but other than that, my sutures have all scabbed and fallen off, and everything looks good. I think that's about it. I'm going to suck it up and be brave and try my protein shake again, because I know the reason that I dumped on it was because it was my fault, because I drank too much. So I need to find a way to get my protein in, because I'm still having a real hard time with that. So unless I eat tuna, 4.5 times a day, which I don't want to do that. So I'm going to have to try and get back on my protein again. I've been letting it go this long, but I need to because I don't know if this contributes to it, but my muscles get sore easily, tired easily. Especially being at work, I've noticed that when I was doing my food inventory today, I'm like, ugh, all right here, just sore. So I need to start getting my protein in one way or another. I've got to do it. I wish they made a nice magic pill that had like 30 grams of protein I could just take and be done. So speaking of protein, I got that, the flavorless protein powder, the Unjury. I mixed it into my Crystallite, and at first I was like, okay, this is good. I'm sipping along with my water. Probably about 30, 40 minutes, it started getting this weird smell, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was thick. It started to get a little thick and like sticky, and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. So I'm going to go back to what I always did before. What always worked for me before was my protein shakes, and just be very careful this time around. But other than that, 29 pounds down in less than a month. So I'm just, I can actually tell now. In the beginning, I was kind of in denial. I was like, no, I have a long way to go. I still have a long way to go, but I can tell in my face. My face is, slimming down, and I can definitely tell in my body when I look at myself on the side. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't look as round as I used to. The way my camera's set up, I can't do a full body shot yet, but I'm not ready to anyways. I want to wait till, I lose 30 more pounds, because in 30 more pounds, that will be the lightest I have ever been in my adult life. In my 20s, I got down to like 200 pounds. I was dieting hardcore and working out, and then I, started gaining. But in 30 pounds, that will be the lightest I have been in, I don't know, maybe 10, 12, 13 years. So I'm really looking forward to that day, really looking forward to it. At that point, I will maybe reveal my weight, I don't know, but and then I'll hopefully be able to show everybody what I really look like. My body shot, but anyways. So that's about it. I will see you guys next Thursday. Hopefully I'll be down another 4 pounds at that point. It seems like it's going that way. I usually stop losing for about 3 days. I stay still, and then like the last 4 days of the week I'll start losing like a pound a day. So hopefully with being back to work, that will speed it up a little bit, and hopefully with starting my protein hardcore, that will also help to speed it up a little bit. So we'll see for next week. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.